Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we have Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, Resonant Explosion. So it's got hands up in the air, there's a forced perspective thing going on. So like big hands up here in the top right hand corner, small face, right? So I'll probably have to zoom down into this, right? So I'm on a landscape orientation page, use a pencil and an eraser and hit pause. Hit your pause button if I move too fast for you. Right, so we'll get right in and we'll start in the middle. Down here, zoom in, right, to his face. So let's go. And we're going to start with his eyes. So basic Dragon Ball. I'll try real small. It's hard to do this with a Sharpie. If you're doing with a pencil, you should have no problem. And like a fine liner or something. But we'll give it our best shot. So we'll try this W shape, right? Just there. And then we'll do his eyebrow. So we'll go up from here. So we'll just go diagonal. Boom. Right, out that way. This eyebrow goes under hair, but we might as well draw it in just so we get sort of everything in the right spot. So it goes, hooks down and then back up to here. Okay. And then we bring our eyebrow back down, real thin, down to there. Down into there, right? And then the other eyebrow. So we go up the other side. Curves down, like so. And then we hook that end. And then back down real thin again. Like so. Do, 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 do. Right, so then the eyes. So big wide open eyes, right? So a short line here, right? Short line there, you know, for the other eye. And then the big curved line there for a big wide open Dragon Ball eye. And then you just bring it over and meet just there. And we do the same thing on this side, big wide open eye, and then bring this down to here. So then his eyes, right? So we just have like circles, real small pupils, right? So we'll do our best to get this in, so. Curve around, boom, like so. Same thing here, curve around, like so. Right, so his nose. So Dragon Ball, sort of simple kind of nose, down, up, sort of a little hook there. And then he's got that shadow, so it like comes down like a diamond underneath, like so. He is frowning heavily, so you could add some like hook lines like so. And then the cheek marks. So these Dragon Ball sort of cheek marks that come across, like so. And then we got his mouth. So right close to the nose in Dragon Ball, coming across like so. So looks like he's got a tiny face. It's weird. But then his mouth is open, right? So comes down like so. Now he looks grumpy. And then this line comes straight down, real long, right? And the other side too. Okay, so he's shouting super loud. And then this comes around the bottom for his bottom lip, up to there. And his teeth underneath. That rhymed. Did it rhyme? Teeth underneath. Yeah, it did. And his tongue, right? So his tongue's just here. So we'll go just this letter U. Like that. Bring it across for the bumps for the tongue. And a line down the middle. Then his teeth on the bottom, across like that. And you'll just have some like lines for the back teeth, just some bumps like that. And then his throat, so you can actually see his throat here. And we color it in black. Okay. Lines for his bottom lip, just there, like shadow lines, bit of hatching. And his chin, right? So he's got a bit like big open jaw, right? So chin comes around here. And then his jaw will go up the side of his face. So we'll go this way, right? So we're stopping just about the middle of his tongue, right? You don't want to go further than that. And we're at the edge of his eyebrow again, or his eye. See, underneath this part and just the middle of the tongue. And you do the same thing, more or less. It doesn't have to be exactly, but about there. And then we go up for the side of his face towards his ears, right? So we'll go like that. So real long, exaggerated scream, like so, right? He also has some lines like around his mouth there, like that. Right, so then we got a sideburn here, and we got like hair fringe here, so you can't really see the sideburn on this side, so we'll just leave that. And then that sideburn comes around for his hairline, and comes down and around to there. And then he has a piece of hair spike that comes down this way. So classic sort of just Dragon Ball kind of hair spike, you know, just comes down like this. And then goes back up just by that eyebrow, back around and down. There might be some hairlines and stuff there. You can erase any lines you go over that you don't need, of course, as well. You know, there's like texture lines, Dragon Ball style texture lines. Right, and then we have an ear here. Kind of goes behind his shoulder, but we'll just draw it in sort of normal, and then we can erase after. So this is why I recommend using pencil and eraser, right? Pretty big ears. Dragon Ball characters usually have fairly big ears. And bones and ligaments. So yeah. Oh, the easiest way to do these, I always say, anyone who watches my videos, is just like a letter J, right? So you just like do this kind of thing. And you could finish it there if you wanted. But some people like to add more, just to make it a bit more detailed. And ears are always different. So in every manga and everything. So in every anime. He's some frowns here in his eyebrow. Right, so then it's hair. So we got like hair coming up here. Some of this goes under his arm as well. So we'll have to erase some of this. And we go up kind of like you're thinking candle flame, right? So you're going, you know, like a flame of a candle sort of comes to a point up the top. That's like the general shape. That side, say, and we got like a small one over this side as well somewhere, but it goes behind his arm as well, so we'll probably have to erase some of this. Up here. There's like two that come across the front here, so it just touches this one, and then we go back, and then one behind, back. This comes down to there, so like two across the front of his fringe, and then a big one here. So always going sort of towards this middle point. Well, it's slightly to the right, but it's going this way. pointy. There's a small one here. Then a big one here. And then you just add texture lines. So Dragonball texture like hairs, just like this. And you just follow the shape for each one, and you can do as much of this as you want. Okay, now arms. So zoom out. So we'll go arms. So he's got, the hands are huge. The hands are bigger than his head. Okay, so and he's like, it's like he's trying to grab the sky and pull it down. So we'll just start with his shoulder here. Am I right? In line with the eyebrow. So like here, right? So this shoulder line will come down past his ear. Curves down to here. So it's like one of those, it's those tubes that he has. You know, if you go over any ear lines or anything, you can just erase them. And this comes to a point, back up, around like his shoulder there, okay? So you do the same thing over here pretty much. So it's like a spike, comes down here. Up to there. Then it'll come down, curve around here, go past his ear, like that, right? So I'll just erase those lines now so we just see it a bit clearer. Okay, so these are his shoulder pads, right? And then, so the other pads, we might as well do this. We might do his body and then do the arms. So we'll go in here. This one, same sort of thing. Like, it's a bit bumpy and then comes down like this. So these things have lines on them as well. So they're like these tubes that the fusion characters have for some reason. Like so, and then one here, there. Right, like that, and boop. Okay. Right, might as well finish his body while we're down here. So he's got like a vest that's kind of flowing this way and goes underneath his shoulder, which is starts here, right? Just move my image down, and then here goes down like so, and then this vest comes up to there, and then his neck muscles and chest and stuff. So 2 bumps across here for his chest, and then we have neck muscles, neck muscle there, neck muscle like there, here, and like an Adam's apple line just there. Center line for his chest down this way, and then his chest muscle comes underneath like so. And you know, you can have like muscle fibers coming across his chest. So then his torso, so we just go in here and then down off the bottom of my page just there. A few more room, you could just draw his belt. It just stops at his belt here. Like you can see the edge of his belt just here. Or a handy tip, if you're like, if you have more page left and you don't want to draw anymore, you just cut your page where the drawing finishes. Handy tip. And then his diaphragm comes up this way. And we have ab lines just here for like his abdominal muscles coming down. This could have like some fold lines and stuff. Right, so now we'll move on to these arms, right? So these big old arms. It's kind of complicated. We got foreshortening and perspective in the one, right? But some people are asking for the harder drawings. So let's go for it. Let's see how you... right, so foreshortened arm. That means everything's like bulgy looking. So curved line here. This is tricep now. So we've got tricep coming up here. And the tricep line here. Right? Bicep on the other side. So basically this is like the outside line for the bicep, and then it comes up like here. Okay. There's like some armpit lines like there, and then another one of those shoulder pad things with the curved lines on them. So then it's forearm. So some of this will like go over his hair, just there. The forearm line is got like a double sort of bulging sort of line here. So this is like tricky. So like take your time and pause the video a lot. So this just comes up for his forearm here, and then with the other forearm muscle on the other side of his arm there, right? So it kind of looks like a pumpkin or something, like the bottom of a pumpkin. It's kind of the general shape you're going for, like this muscle. It's very short. It's because of the forced perspective in the picture. And then we got like his wristband starts here then. And then his wristband comes around. So very big, right? You could have maybe a line coming across. So his hand is going to start here, right? Like kind of in line with the top of his hair. We'll go over and do the other arm first before we deal with the hands, because hands are like a whole thing. So, so we'll do our triceps and biceps and stuff down here. So same sort of thing going on, right? Lots of sort of stumpy sort of curved lines for triceps and biceps. So this is called foreshortening. It's because the direction of the camera, right? It's like, imagine if there was a camera. The hands are closest, so everything else gets smaller, you know, sort of smaller and stumpier. It's like if you look in a mirror and like point at the mirror and then point up, the way your hand changes, you know. So the fingers like all foreshortened and stuff. But then as you go this way, it gets longer looking in 2D space. Anyway, you're probably like, stop talking, draw. Yes, I know. And then this bicep line comes around. And then we have armpit lines. Like that. Then it's forearm, same sort of thing again. We're going for this sort of pumpkin sort of shape. This 3 segments around like that. Okay. Then his wristband comes around there, up and around to his hand. And then his hands, right? So the hands are absolutely huge. They go from here to the top of the page. So they're nearly like half the whole picture, right? And you start with this sort of W shape along the bottom. So it's like a bumping, sort of a W kind of shape there. I always think of it as a W shape. And the thumb comes out from here, right? And then we go around the top of the thumb here, back in to there, and we'll have like a couple of skin folds just there. So he's got like real stumpy sort of fingers, right? So thumbnail like that. And then we'll go all the way around to the little finger. So starting from the thumb, we'll just curve a line up this way. Bring it around for knuckles. Down. Around the top of his finger. Like so. And then we have like a fingernail here. Like that. And then skin fold there. Next finger will come out of this one. Up, cross. And then we sort of just bring it down. Like so. And then it'll go around the top. So we're curving this way. And like so. You could have like another skin fold or two. Something there maybe. And then a fingernail again. Next finger comes out here. Bring it down. Around to the top. It's a curved line that goes in and out. Slightly curved. And then goes around the top of his finger. Curves out and in. Another one that curves out and in. And then we have his fingernail. Just here. Might add another like skin folds just there. Then his little finger. Curves out like so. Goes back in towards that hand line. And the hand will go underneath. And then we'll bring this around. And another skin fold sort of line there. And his fingernail. Just like here. Boop. And there's like palm of his hand lines and stuff here. So, doop. Just coming across the hand here. Roughly like that. We do this thing, mirror image over the other side, right? So you'll do that W shape again. So you're doing the same thing, just reversed, right? So then this goes up for the thumb, curves around the top of his thumb, down around to here, and back underneath. Thumbnail, like so. And then fingers. So we go up first for this one. Around the top. Down. Doesn't have to be the exact same like as the other side, but roughly. And then we bring it around the bottom. Curved line there. Fingernail. Like that. Next one. So it's roughly will come out from here. Up and around. Down like so. Around the bottom. Like this. Might have another skin fold there. And skin fold here. And then his fingernail. Up and around. Like so. Next finger. Up. Down for his knuckle. Comes down. Curves in and out. Around for the bottom of his finger. And skin fold here, and then his fingernail, just there. And then his little finger, so same sort of thing, in, out, down, in. Carves around for the bottom of that finger. And we might have a skin fold or two just there, and then his fingernail in there somewhere. And palm of his hand, you know, these sorts of lines coming across like that. Then if you want, you can add an aura. So many ways of doing this. So you could have some escaping aura going around here, going around his hands. So it'll get real big up here. It might go off the page, and then maybe we'll bring it back in just here. Depends on what type of aura you want to give him, of course. So we might give him a colorful purple or blue. Should be blue. Well, I think it can be blue and or purple. And sometimes in the aura, you know, you could have a gap, you know, like there. Okay, but I think I'll leave it there. That's how to draw Gogeta Resonant Explosion. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.